So what would the end of the world look like? That's a question I always ask myself. And as a funny part would be that I actually think I have a clue what that might look like. Can anyone picture the earth without any oxygen, without animals, or even crops? Well, I am about to show you guys what is responsible for 80% of the world's crop production, and what I have here is a queen bee. I was born into a family of beekeepers, and I have been around bees all of my life. As a matter of fact, I currently work at one of very few beekeeping companies where people tend to travel from far and distant cities just to come and acquire all of their beekeeping necessities. Many people cringe at the mere thought or mention of bees, and that is kind of sad because, for instance, when they think about bees, they think that they're wrong and they're bad. But it also means that if they are to die off, we would be very limited to not having any fruits or vegetables. And that would be very bad for us because we have very limited diets. When I conclude with my speech, I hope you people all have a better understanding of the culture a bee represents. My point is to talk about the importance of a queen bee, and once that is said and done, I shall talk about why I personally find this culture worth mentioning. To begin, let's talk about the queen bee. Queen bees normally lay up to 2,000 larvae a day, and that is important because once those larvae turn into bees, they're only around for about 2 to 3 months, and in that time, they spend their whole time working for us. They pollinate our crops, and then after they pollinate our crops, they die off. So they help eventually feed our livestock, and that is very helpful for us because with livestock we eventually maintain or sustain ourselves. But why would anyone think that this is important or crucial, right? They're just bees, they're insects. In reality, it's very important because how would you say this? They have been slowly dying off since 2006 due to a disease called colony collapse disorder. And many people fail to see that if bees go extinct, the human race itself would follow shortly after within a time lapse of 2 years, because we wouldn't have either crops or cattle to maintain ourselves. I just spoke about the importance of the queen bee, and now I will speak about why I think it is important for beekeeping culture. In this case, the queen bee is a symbol of the beekeeping culture, and it serves as a representative of why I constantly think that and wish that if people knew how important they really are, they would cease to step on them or kill them. And also, as an employee at the Los Angeles Honey Company, I am required to constantly help interact with people and transition them into the beekeeping lifestyle. So when these people normally walk into the company, I normally tend to be happy and I help them out, but I can also personally relate to them because we all share a common interest in bees. And in my lifetime growing up, I was around bees so often that I grew fond for them. So believe me when I say that it really pains me a lot to see people swat them or kill them. And as a review, since I mentioned that they're responsible for 80% of the crop production, it would be really hard to imagine life without them, because if bees go extinct, then we wouldn't have enough, as I mentioned, food to sustain ourselves and our livestock or cattle, and then we wouldn't have enough human organic output to go around for everyone. And earlier I mentioned how the end of the world could be brought about due to the lack of bees. Now, how many of them have been dying since 2006 because of a disease? And then this drought, of course, everyone has noticed it, but it is not helping our situation. So when people try to step on bees or they kill them, they're actually getting a step closer to killing ourselves, so we're actually a step closer to seeing the end of the world and the human society. With that, I conclude, and I hope that the next time you or someone around you decides to kill a bee, you think twice about it. Thank you.